EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington.
Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Set for football now at AT&T Stadium. Brandon Aubrey has the honors, and we are underway here in Arlington. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. They go play action with Burrow. He'll buy some time right. Open man is Chase, complete. And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Well, they said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Gonna run again here with Pollard. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the 1st. Absolutely no trouble moving the ball on the ground on the first 2 plays from scrimmage.
Absolutely. You know what I really like? Same guy carrying the ball in both plays, and what drives me crazy is when a back has a nice run, he taps his helmet to go out of the game. I would want the ball again and again and again because you've established really nice momentum, and now you're seeing the field really well.
Now Dak, he wants to change the play.
Play action now, Prescott. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
There's Cooks in motion right.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Flushed out right.
That's dumped off to Pollard.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
And I believe that gain on 3rd and long changes things quite a bit because this would be a very long field goal. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for it here.
They'll run for it with Pollard. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off. And the Bengals will get the football back. So their first drive of the game already trailing, having given up points. But a little surprised that they went for it, right?
Maybe the big guy, the head coach, senses this is going to be a shootout type of a game. That they've got to match them point for point, as opposed to, hey, we'll get them late.
It's caught inside the 25. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one goes for 36 yards.
And as we all remember, these two were connecting back in their days at LSU when they were winning the national championship. But it wasn't just on game day. The amount of time they put in before practice, after practice, off days, that forged their connection. And it still continues here in the NFL.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hudson.
And the Bengals are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Mixon is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And they go play action now. Burrow to Mixon on the check down. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown.
Joe Mixon.
A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bengals have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead is up to 15 now.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Flush to his right. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. First catch of the game for Cooks. It'll be a 1st down. 15-0 our score. It's the NFL on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. There again is Cooks, complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. There he goes, right side. And they will finally get to him down at the Bengals 13.
60 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this 1st half.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Prescott. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Sam Hubbard making his presence felt in the backfield. A second down throw for Prescott.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Well, back foot throw there is incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up fourth down.
And his kick is good. And they're on the board now. It's 15-3.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack.
Well, this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Micah Parsons. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted.
Picked up by Trayvon Diggs.
And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10.
Following the interception, here's Prescott.
That is caught by Lamb.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Pollard is in. Touchdown, Dallas.
And they can thank their defense for this one. They were set up with a short field following the turnover, but they took care of business as well, working their way down and finishing with a strong run into the end zone for their first touchdown of the game.
The extra point up and good by Auburn.
And this is back to a 5-point game.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Play action. It's Burrow. And he down. A Cowboys sack. Big DeMarcus Lawrence getting in there and bringing him to the ground. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. They'll look to throw here. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
4th down. Here's Joe Burrow. Steps away. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott.
Swinging this out for Pollard.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Prescott. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge. Incomplete. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Prescott yet again. Escaping the pressure right.
To Lamb, he pulls it in. What a catch.
And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
That's a big league job. Panicking and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
And he's going to go down in the field of play. So they say no to the field goal try, and time has run out on this first half. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the 3rd quarter.
Kevontae Turpin now from his end zone.
And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble of bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the 3rd quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one and set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
Eluding the pressure right.
Looking downfield for Pollard.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. They run straight ahead here with Pollard.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 73 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
First down, Prescott. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. And now off to the races down the right side. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
I don't think there's any other way to put it, but that was just simply deflating because you know they came out ready to go at halftime, right? Everyone motivating each other, wanting to get out there and get going. And that turnover absolutely saps your momentum. Now you're just shouting encouragement to your defense, hoping they can pick you up and give you another chance.
2 yards to go, second down. They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Here we go.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here's Burrow. Touchdown! Tanner Hudson from 10 yards out. And the Bengals take advantage of the short field and finish it off with a quick touchdown.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
McPherson now for the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before.
That's caught inside the 20. A big play here for Dallas. 49 yards.
This defense is definitely reeling a little bit now. Back-to-back big plays given up. And you know that's all defenses talk about. How do you limit that? Instead, they got hit by a 1-2 punch those last couple of plays, and now they've got their backs to the goal line.
They'll run with Pollard, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Now, they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. The passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll bring up 4th down. Before they can snap it, time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. Down the right sideline. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He will find his man Chase complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now it's Burrow. Over the middle, complete. It's Hudson. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Burrow will throw. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Bengals will add to their 4th quarter lead. Well, he is putting in a great all-around game, Charles. He already ran one in for a score, and now they utilize him in the passing game.
And they put a lot of pressure on a defensive coordinator and a defense, don't they? Because they're used to him as a runner. But it turns out he's just as dangerous as some of those receivers, and he showed it right there. You don't pay enough attention to him defensively, he makes you pay.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Prescott to throw it. Now a leaping catch. He's got it. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Prescott now. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Prescott looks to throw on first. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. They'll come up now on 2nd down. Now Dak. He finds his man, Pollard. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. To throw, Prescott. Forced out to his left. Touchdown, Cowboys! Michael Gallup on the receiving end from Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Aubrey now for the point after. And this is back to a 5-point game. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. The Bengals drive about to get going. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. Pretty solid run here on 1st down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Joe Burrow. Finding Mixon here again on back-to-back plays. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Here we go with Burrow. Got a man open. It's Chase. And he will have a Bengals first down. And it's celebration time on that sideline. And they've earned it. It's a gain of 8 there, and that should be enough to seal the victory. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
2nd and 10. Now it's Burrow. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. And Burrow going to throw again. He finds his man complete. It's Hudson. Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And this defense, they needed that one more stop to have any chance, but that completion, that's likely going to seal their fate.
And you could hear it in your voice, that one more stop.
I feel their pain.
Oh, it was so important. They just didn't get it done. Wow, what a way to finish this one off.
Burrow down to a knee, and that should be the final act of this one. What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap. They get the late score, they get the victory, and that flight home, it's going to be a little sweeter after this one.
And Brandon, just like you, I was fired up for that last sequence. How about that? Wouldn't you have loved to have been in the huddle when they were mounting that game-winning drive? Big-time moment. No one shied away from it. They tuned out the crowd, kept their heads, and executed the way they needed to earn that win.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long from Big D.